Hi students, this is Miss Tomorrow, and today we're going to talk about partial fractions. Partial fractions basically is when I give you the answer and you have to find what the original problem was when you add or subtract. So in other words, I have 8x minus 1 over x squared minus 3x minus 28. To get that answer, I had to add or subtract fractions. So we're going to follow step 1. Step 1 says factor the denominator. So numbers that multiply to negative 28, they add up to negative 3, x minus 7, and x plus 4. Okay, so the step 2 says separate the factors to form two fractions being added. So we have 8x minus 1 over x minus 7, x plus 4 equals, and I need to find a over x plus 4 plus b over x minus 7. So for every single problem, that's how you're going to start it. You're going to just separate the factors and put an a and a b above them. Step 3 says multiply everything by the common denominator. So basically, I'm going to multiply everything by what is in the denominator. And what's going to happen is we're going to cancel. So if I look at my first fraction, I cancel, and I get 8x minus 1. Here I can cancel the x plus 4, so I get a times x minus 7. And here I'm going to get b times x plus 4. Okay, so our goal is to find out what a is and find out what b is. So in order to find out what a is, I need to eliminate b. So step 4 says, in this case, I want to substitute negative 4 in for x because that will get rid of the b value. If I plug negative 4 in for x, negative 4 plus 4 is 0, so the b value will be gone. So I'm going to show my work by showing what I'm plugging in, and then I'm going to plug it in. A times negative 4 minus 7. B is going to be eliminated, so I'm going to solve this. So I'm multiplying on the left side, I get negative 33. On the right side, I get negative 11 is a, and then I'm going to divide by negative 11. So a is 3. Okay, step 5. We solve for a, which I just did, and then we need to substitute 7 in for x to find b, and then we have to write the answer. So looking at my equation in blue, I'm going to get rid of that. Now I'm substituting 7 in, because if I plug 7 in, that's going to get rid of what the a value is. So I have a times 7 minus 1 equals b times 7 plus 4. So let's see, 56 minus 1 is 55. 7 plus 4 is 11. Divide by 11, b is 5. So my final answer is when I actually plug in for a and b, because I want the fraction. So if I plug 3 in for a, it's 3 over x plus 4. And then I had a positive 5, so plus 5 over x minus 7. That is my final answer. So in other words, that was the original problem. When I added those fractions, I got 8x minus 1 over x squared minus 3x minus 28 as the answer. Okay, let's try another question. Okay, I have 5x minus 11 over x squared minus 2x minus 8. So step 1, we're going to factor the bottom. So I got minus 4 and plus 2. I'm going to set it up, a over x plus 2 plus b over x minus 4. Okay, so that's my problem, and then I'm going to multiply everything by the common denominator. So we're going to multiply everything by x minus 4x plus 2. Okay. So what's going to happen is everything gets eliminated. So I have 5x minus 11. On the other side, I'm going to have a times x minus 4. And on the other side, I'm going to have b times x plus 2. Okay. Does not matter if you find a or b first. I'm going to find a first. That means I need x to be negative 2 because that would eliminate the b value. So I'm going to plug negative 2 in for x. And then the b would be canceled. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to have negative 21. And then negative 6a. So I'm going to divide that. This is not going to divide evenly, but that's okay. Okay, so if I divide those, let's see, I'm going to get 7 over 2. And now I want to find letter B. So for letter B, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to have x be 4. So 5 times 4 minus 11. A cancels, so I have b times 4 plus 2. So 20 minus 11. Nine times 6b divided by 6. And b equals 3 over 2. Okay, so when I have answers that are fractions, that's quite all right. We're just going to use, when I plug it in, I'm going to keep the top number on top, and the bottom number is going to go in the bottom with what is already there. So my A is going to be 7 over 2 times x plus 2, plus, and then B was 3 over 2 times x minus 4. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Ooh, this one looks super tricky. All right, let's take a look at the bottom. Is there a way to factor that? Does grouping work? I don't think grouping is going to work. So I'm going to take my calculator out. And if I graph the bottom, it will give me the roots. So I'm just going to type in what's in the denominator to get the roots. And that will give me the factored form, which we've discussed before. Whoops. I'm missing the minus 5x minus 5x, and then minus 6. Okay, so it looks like it touches at 2, negative 1, and negative 3. So my factors, x plus 3, x plus 1, and x minus 2. So that's already factored for me. This one is going to have 3 roots, so I'm going to need an A, a B, and a C. So each factor gets a constant. Okay, so my common denominator is going to be all 3 of them. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to have 4x squared plus 15x minus 1. For the A, only the x plus 3 will cancel. So I'm going to have A times x plus 1 and x minus 2. For B, the x plus 1 will cancel, so I will have x plus 3 and x minus 2. And the C, only the x minus 2 will cancel, so I will have x plus 3 and x plus 1. Okay, so if I want to find A, what I want to do is I want to see what does B and C have in common that I can eliminate. I'm going to plug in negative 3, and that's going to get me canceled for B and C, and I can find A. So I'm going to plug negative 3. Make sure whenever you square a number, you need to use parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator to plug it in. So I'm going to do the left side, and I get negative 10. And then on the right side, I'm going to have negative 2 times negative 5 is 10. So 10a, divide by 10, and a is negative 1. Okay. To get the B, I'm going to look and see what do A and C have in common. They have x plus 1 in common. So I'm going to pick negative 1. And that's going to get me what B is going to equal. So I'm going to plug negative 1 in. So I have 4 times negative 1 squared minus 15 times negative 1 minus 1. And then on the other side, I just want the b. So I have negative 1 plus 3 and negative 1 minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here and cheat a little bit and just change my negative 3's to negative 1's. And it looks like negative 12. And then this is going to be a 2, and this is a negative 3. So that looks like negative 6. Divide by negative 6. And b is 2. And then we're going to do the same thing for c. For c, I'm going to look at a and b. My common factor there is x minus 2, so I'm going to plug in 2. So we're going to plug 2 in. So I'm going to have c times 2 plus 3 and 2 plus 1. So same thing, I'm going to go up and copy and paste and plug 2 in. And I get 45. And then on the other side, I'm going to have 5 times 3 is 15. Divide by 15, and I get 3. So c is 3. So now my final answer, get my calculator out of the way. A is negative 1, so I'm going to have negative 1 over x plus 3. My b is 2, so plus 2 over x plus 1. And my c is 3, so plus 3 over x minus 2. So that will be my final answer. Okay, it's your turn to try. We have a couple problems set up for you, so take a minute and write them down. I'm going to reveal the answer, so you're going to want to pause the video, try the questions, and then take a look at the answers. So there's the answers to question 1 and 2. So you can check them to see if you're right. And question 3 and question 4, again, pause the video. And those are the answers to question 3 and question 4. We will go over any questions you have next class. Bye.